Hi guys! Today I'm thinking about the top 10 cheapest cities in Southeast Asia in 2026. The costs shown are for a single person per month. The first location on our list is Prabamuli in Indonesia at number 10, being the most expensive on our list. The cost of living here is $405 per month, which is £300 or €344. Next at number 9 is Surakarta in Indonesia, with a cost of living of $404 per month, which is £299 in pound or €343 in euro. And at number 8 is Depok, again in Indonesia. The cost of living here is $391 or £289 or €332. Next on the list at number 7 is Palembang in Indonesia, which has a cost of living of $388 in dollars, $287 in pound or $330 in euro. And at number 6 is Hue in Vietnam, which is the cheapest city in Vietnam, with $380 in dollars, $281 in pound or $323 in euro. At number 5 we are back in Indonesia with Malang, with a cost of living of $379 in dollars, $280 in pound or $322 in euro. Then at number 4 is Popamolok in the Philippines, with $378 in dollars, $280 in pound or $321 in euro. In at number 3 is Lucena in the Philippines, which is the cheapest city in the Philippines, with $362 in dollars, $268 in pound or $308 in euro. Number 2 is Bandar Lampung in Indonesia, with a cost of living of $361 in dollars, $267 in pound or $307 in euro. And topping our list at number 1 is the cheapest city in the whole of Southeast Asia for 2026, and the winner is Tasikmalaya in Indonesia, with a cost of living of only $359 per month, which is £266 per month, which is only €305 per month. So that completes our list of the top 10 cheapest cities in Southeast Asia in 2026. So just on the spreadsheet here, so Tasikmalaya is top of our table, with a cost of living of only 15% of the UK. We then find Lucena, and Hue is at number 6 on our rankings. So going down the table, we eventually come to the cheapest city in Cambodia, which is Kampong Cham, with a cost of living of $501, $371 in pound or $426 in euro. At rank of 90 is the cheapest city in Timor, which is Baku, with a cost of living of $512 in dollars, $379 in pound or $435 in euro. We then come to the cheapest city in Myanmar, with a rank of 107 on our table, which is Moniwa, with a cost of living of $528 in dollars, $391 in pound, or $449 in euro. At a rank of 135, we come to the cheapest city in Malaysia, which is Kota Baru, with a cost of living of $551 in dollars, $408 in pound, or $468 in euro. And at a rank of 159, we come to the cheapest city in Thailand, which is Udon Thani, with a cost of living of $581 in dollars, $430 in pound, and $494 in euro. And then there's quite a gap to the end of the table, where we find the cheapest city in Laos, which is Thakhek, which is ranked as 291 on our table, with a cost of living of $1038 in dollars, $768 in pound, or $882 in euro. And then at rank of 296 we have the cheapest city in Brunei, which is Bandar Seri Begawan, with a cost of living of $1138 in dollars, $842 in pound, or $967 in euro. And then at the end of the table we come to a rank of 301, with the cheapest city in Singapore, which is Bukit Merah, with a cost of living of $2806 in dollars, $2076 in pound, or $2385 in euro. And the last city on the list, and the most expensive city in Southeast Asia in 2026, is Singapore City, with a cost of living of $3119 in dollars, $2308 in pound, or $2651 in euro. So the outcome is that of the top 10 cities for cost of living, 7 of them are in Indonesia, 2 of them are in the Philippines, and 1 of them is in Vietnam. There is a huge difference in cost of living, with the cheapest city having a cost of living of only $359 in dollars per month, and the most expensive having a cost of living of $3119 in dollars per month, which is 8.6 times the cost of living of the cheapest place. Although a cheaper cost of living is clearly the norm rather than the exception for the region, as there are 289 cities out of 302 on the list where the cost of living is less than $1,000 per month, with Kuala Lumpur being the most expensive out of the cities in the less than $1,000 range, at a cost of living of $981 per month. As we go down into the lesser cost brackets, there are 76 cities with a cost of living of less than $500 per month, and 38 with a cost of living of less than $450 per month, and 8 of them with less than $400 per month, of which 5 of them are in Indonesia, and 14 out of the top 20 are also in Indonesia. At the low end of the table, the cost of living is only 15% of the cost of living of the UK. And at the high end of the table, there are only 2 cities which are more expensive than the cost of living of the UK, which are both in Singapore. The next city down is 60% of the cost of living of the UK. The percentage of cost of living above 50% of the UK is certainly an exception. with 297 of the 302 cities on the list being less than 50% of the cost of living of the UK. 289 being 40% or less, 247 being 30% or less, and 74 being 20% or less. So the result is that if you are looking for a country to relocate to, which has a low cost of living, Indonesia certainly has the crown, followed closely by the Philippines and Vietnam, with only these three countries appearing in the top 77 on the list. Okay guys, that was the top 10 cheapest cities in Southeast Asia in 2026. I'll see you on the next one.